speaking of Reynosa and friends that are in industry and manufacturing south of the border and also in education, I understand there's a binational innovation conference that's just around the corner from South Texas College, a dear friend of mine, Mario Reyna. Welcome back to the show, Mario. So when is the conference and who should be participating?
Thank you so much, Sergio, for having me on your show
yes,
again.
Sir.
The conference is going to be September 26th, and who should attend? Everyone that has interest in business, every entrepreneur, everyone that wants to prosper in the coming years, because obviously what's happening in Mexico with all the energy reforms is going to impact all of us.
Yeah.
So if you have an interest in that kind of prosperity, you need to come and listen to what the speakers have to say.
Well, quite the powwow of everyone who knows what's taking place. You've got, of course, the port director from Brownsville there. You've got somebody from the Federal Reserve, the Bank of Dallas, Keith Patridge from the Patridge family, Alex Mead from Mission EDC, Gus Garcia from Edinburgh EDC, Fred Sandoval, Mr. Sandoval from the city of FAR. He knows about economic development there, and it's a good collection of folks that can recap what's taking place in the economy. On the education side, who's attending to talk about how education's working with industry?
I think this particular conference is going to focus on the reforms and the opportunities available to us. Obviously, we continue to work with the institutions in Reynosa and other parts of Mexico. And this is why this conference is taking place, because we have an agreement with the institution from Reynosa, and that part of the agreement says that we will have a conference once a year. So we are working with them. Other institutions are calling us, and that we'll be working with the Autónoma de Tamaulipas, El Tecnológico de Reynosa, and there's about 3 or 4 other institutions in Reynosa that we have made contact with them, and we will be working together.
Is there a type of synergy that will be developing here between our institutions of higher learning, our colleges, and even trade education type of initiatives? Because I suspect that on the Mexican side, they've got a lot of catching up to do when it comes to fracking technology and even on modern exploration and extraction type of technology down there. I know they're wanting to ramp up as quickly as possible.
Well, that's part of the solution to what we're trying to do here. I think they anticipate what's coming. When you think about what's going to happen here in Mexico in the next 5-10 years, you're talking about Mexico being able to produce 2.5 million barrels of oil a day. So right now, that's what they're producing. They're going to double the production. So someone has to go do that. And they are obviously from the president of Mexico on down to every institution. They're gearing up for this petroleum renaissance is going to take place.
What do you see happening on the horizon, Manu? Seriously, because all of this exploration, just like the Eagle Ford shale is close to us, and we see a little bit of runoff business from that. But now that Mexico's going to be doing this, what do you see on the horizon for us?
Well, what I'm reading is some staggering numbers. You're talking about, $1 trillion worth of economic activity over the next 10 years. So you're talking about $200 billion a year.
Oh.
And that's going to be in the local area. Right across from us is what they call the Burgos Basin. And that's the thing that Eagle Ford shale runs into. So that thing in Mexico, the Burgos Basin, is much, much larger than Eagle Ford shale. So if you can imagine what is going on right now here in Texas, take it over across the border, multiply it a few times, and then you can sense what's going to happen. So one of the things that's going to happen in my mind is that they need personnel.
Tim and I are purchasing our swimsuits. We're going to swim the river south to go get some high-paying jobs in Mexico here pretty soon. Joining us on 710 KURV from South Texas College is Mario Reyna.
Yeah, Mario, Tim Sullivan here, just sticking on that topic for a moment. Who will be those workers? Will they be both from the United States and Mexico, people who are trying to get jobs here? Will they be able to get to the oil fields in Mexico and work those?
Well, obviously, the folks that are going down are going to be companies that we know of, Exxon, Chevron, British Petroleum. All those individuals will probably take their crews. And, where do you have the personnel that is qualified? Well, more than likely, there'll be crews from here that go into Mexico. But my understanding is that they have instituted petroleum institutions in Mexico. The universities have been charged with this. So they are working hard. to gear up for this event that's coming up in the near future. So, it's still a year or so away before major things begin to happen, but it's going to happen.
Yeah, truly a binational effort here, and indeed some local power players, as Serge mentioned here, are among the panelists at this upcoming conference. What do you expect will come out of this conference? Is it more of an information session, a planning session, an outlook session, or will actual solutions be offered?
Well, I think the intent of this particular conference is to make our public aware that this is coming. And if you are a business person, you need to be there to find out how you can participate in this revolution that's going to take place. And, if businesses, restaurants, hotels, any kind of service institution is going to be involved in this some way, somehow. So we just have to be ready for it.
Yep, and on both sides of the border, of course.
Absolutely.
Hey, Mario, where will the conference take place? Because I remember something similar, and a portion of it took place in Reynosa, and then we had another portion over here. So where's this one taking place?
Well, the Mexican side is going to happen at the Instituto Internacional de Estudios Superiores, which is right across the Ansel Duas bridge by Parque Villa Florida. Mm-hmm. And for us, it's going to be at the technology campus on Military Highway and Ware Road.
Where's the good stuff take place, on this side or on that side? I mean, do you have to attend both of them?
No, you can if you want to. Obviously, both events will provide good information. My understanding is that the economic developers from Reynosa are going to be at the Mexican side in Reynosa talking about what they see.
Are they coming over here to participate with the EDC guys on this side as well?
Maxis Aguirre is the keynote speaker, and Maxis Aguirre, if you know about him, he used to be the president of Enron in Mexico, president of Hunt Oil in Mexico, and he is the energy expert. So he's going to tell us, what to expect from all the energy reforms in Mexico.
And he'll be on this side, right?
On this side.
All right. How do we sign up?
Go to the website.
South Texas College?
SouthTexasCollege.edu/INO/, and you'll see the page, and you can register.
Stay on the line, Mario. Call me Saturday. That way we can get you on several more times. It's 7:20. The Valley's Morning News on 710 KURV.